Hello there and welcome to my channel. I meant to do this a long time ago. I've been planning on doing this way after New Year's, but I was at my friend's house since the 4th and I was trying to do it, but unfortunately I had a lot of complications that prevented me from doing it. First off, let me congratulate Adisa Keeson for actually completing her Extraordinary Women's project last year, 2016, because the last one was actually issued on December, which it was before I actually went on vacation. But I would say that it wasn't really that good because honestly, I did actually place videos for the first three, but the last two I didn't really bother because let's just say this, it already had too many flaws. There wasn't even that many people who viewed the original video that she posted. Her original videos, the game videos, have more than 100,000 viewers, while these have around 16 to 17,000 views. So I'm guessing that she didn't do it well because there's way too many plot holes and errors and everything else in it. It seems like she couldn't get her information straight when it came down to actual information of these 5 women that she actually did do the report on. But when I see everything, I'm like, well, at least she got it done before the year end. Even though she was donated a lot of money just to do this project, but truth be told, I would think that all the errors will actually prevent that. But I am gonna clap just for the hell of it. Hear that? I didn't want to clap too loudly because there are people in the house, and I didn't want to disturb them. But anyways, 2016 has been a big year. Definitely when it came to the election times, because let's just say this. It was a big turnout. The biggest turnout that I ever seen, and when it comes to the winner, I would say congratulations to Donald Trump. We knew that he would win, but the liberals and the media did not want people to believe it. Truth be told, he definitely was going to win all the states and things like that. He won 30 states. Hillary Clinton won 20. Now, I will admit, Hillary Clinton did have more voters that actually picked her, but mainly because the states that she won, one of them had tremendous amount of population. It had a total of 13 million people, and 8 million of those actually voted for her, while only 4 million voted for him, which is California. Now, California, it has a tremendous amount of people, and Donald Trump, I don't think he actually went to campaign there. That's the one thing. Well, I'm guessing he knew that flipping that state would be hard. But as soon as he won, that's when we seen the protests, people saying, oh, we don't want him. Twitter was blowing up by, not my president. And to them people, I say, if he's not your president, move to Canada like everybody else do. Move to Mexico. Move to China. Move to Germany. Move to Africa. I heard it's good this time of year for Africa. So go ahead and move there. But when I see this, I'm looking at all these things, and the one thing that makes no sense is that more than half of these people who were doing the protesting didn't even vote. That's the thing. They didn't even vote. Some of them voted for Jill Stein. Some of them written in as a person. So yeah, this was not a very good turnout for them. But the media doesn't want to show a large amount of the stuff that they done. I mean, the protesting lasted at least till around December, and that's when it stopped, because it was shown that these people were being paid just to get this done. But when it came down to the media only showed it like one day. They didn't show it multiple times. That was the sad thing. These protesters, and the one thing, the protesters happened where Hillary Clinton won at. That's the main thing. They didn't really go to the places that she lost in. They only went to the places that she won because they see that they can actually get away with it. And the main people who did this was the feminists, social justice warriors, and the Black Lives Matter movement people, which on the other hand, they're trying to paint Donald Trump as this racist, sexist, homophobic, xenophobic type person, which honestly they don't even have any proof of that. They don't have any proof that he's any of those things, but yet they still want to go to the narrative that's saying that he is. I can easily disprove of it, but I don't really care about doing so because it's already been debunked. Hillary Clinton has not even accepted that she lost because she keeps on trying to blame Russia. Keep in mind that she already blamed 4 other resources on why she lost, but she wants to blame Russia saying that they had the election, even though Donald Trump said like this, if this was a big problem, why didn't this come out before the election? I'll tell you why it didn't come out the election, Donald. It's because they knew that they would try to win by using the media to lie for them. The media was all just plain surprised when Donald Trump was winning. Their jaws dropped completely. Obama kept saying, oh, Russia hacked. And then before this election, he said that, well, there's no way that the election was rigged. He actually said that the election wasn't rigged. Mainly because he had confidence that Hillary Clinton was going to win. But as soon as Hillary Clinton lost, she conceded. But then Jill Stein decided to do her little recount and failed. And the thing is, they're still trying to say Russia did something to hack the election, which they've proven they have given no actual evidence of it actually existing. It seems like Vladimir Putin and Donald Trump are the only ones who are acting, how would you say, civil-mannered in all this. Because, where I see it, Donald Trump wants to take out the real threat, which is ISIS. People who are trying to kill us and kill other people around the country for not believing the way they do. But Hillary Clinton, she barely ever said anything about ISIS. That's the one thing that made no sense. So I wonder, why didn't you say anything about ISIS, Hillary? I mean, seriously. They've been doing a large amount of destruction, a large amount of damages in this country and in other countries, and yet you don't want to take them out. But Russia, one of the countries do, and Donald Trump wants to team up with Russia so we can take out ISIS, and that'll be a good thing. But when it comes down to everything, I would say that when it comes to the hashtag not my president, all of them don't have a single bit of evidence on why she lost. But the main thing is that the real reason she lost is because the American people just didn't want her. That's the one thing that they failed to see. And I know people say, well, she got more votes than him. Well, that's because California has a large population of 13 million people. So, and the thing is, she won by 4 million in that one state. So yes, it's going to be a bit of a landslide there. That's why she won by so much. If he would have actually got more voters in that state, she would not have gotten the votes. That's the one thing. But people keep saying, and this is the kicker, celebrities are honestly trying to tell electoral colleges not to vote for Donald Trump. And they're saying, oh, we're not saying, we're just vote your conscience. So you're telling me that you rather these electoral colleges go to federal prison to try to commit a civil war just so you can keep Obamacare? Because that's what it kind of seems like you want to do. You want to have a president that will keep Obamacare, which is screwing over middle-class people. Because truth be told, the only people who actually can do any good with it will be the upper middle class or upper class in general. But when it comes down to that, I would say when it came down to that video, they have only 2 videos, and both of them received tremendous amount of dislikes when it came down to it. Because it's like their likes were like only 100, while their dislikes was pretty much around the high thousands. I would say probably around 10,000 right about now. I'm not very sure. And most of the actors that were in it, I only recognized only like 2 actors on the first one and 1 actor on the second one. And they keep saying that he's racist, which honestly, they have no proof of it. The mainstream media is saying that he's racist because they say that he had no black supporters, which honestly, that's not true. Because the real reason that you're not seeing any black supporters on the news is because they're not actually showing them. There are more people of color in his rallies, they just didn't want to show it. But when it came to all the stuff that Hillary Clinton wanted to say, she keeps on bringing this narrative that he didn't win. Even though it was clear that he did. He won 30 states while she only won 20. Well, technically speaking, he won 30 plus 0.25 while she won 20.75. I know the point system is kind of moot, but she didn't win all of Maine. So, yeah. But anyways, when the election day came, it seems like Hillary Clinton people was all ecstatic until Florida actually announced their vote for Donald Trump. When that happened, then it's like they became very sad. Donald Trump mainly won the small states, while Hillary Clinton won at least 2 or 3 big states. And I call them big states because, honestly, they have more than 20 electoral votes. But he is already starting to do what he said he was going to do. He says that he said that he's going to bring jobs and keep jobs, which he is doing. And he's already made a lot of jobs and kept a lot of jobs by lowering taxes. And he said if any other company want to leave the country, they'll be having a tax increase if they want to actually make money here. If they want to make a profit from one country and they think that they're going to actually make a profit here, then that's going to be another thing coming, because if that part of their company wants to go to, say, for example, Mexico to take advantage of the low-cost workers, then guess what's going to happen? As soon as that product comes here, it'll be a giant tax increase. So I will say the best choice they have is to stay here and pretty much take advantage of the tax cut than to actually go to a different country and have taxes increased upon them. But I would say that when it comes down to him, what he's planning on doing, he's doing it already. And he's only the president-elect. He's not even been an inauguration just yet. His inauguration is into the 20th, and he's already doing the things that he said he want to do. He said he wants to repeal Obamacare. I'm hoping that he does, because honestly, when he does, that means that any type of healthcare plan would be better than Obamacare. Because it made a large amount of people, how would you say, unproperty. It's seriously. And people are still disliking him just because he's not the candidate that they wanted. And a lot of people say, give the guy a chance. Because Hillary Clinton, technically speaking, wasn't even supposed to be facing against Donald Trump. A large amount of people wanted Bernie Sanders, which I would say that if Bernie Sanders would have actually ran, he probably would have beaten Donald Trump. Because when I voted for Donald Trump. But Hillary Clinton had way too many skeletons in her closet. Definitely when it came to the emails, that's one of the reasons why she said she lost. She said she lost by fake news, WikiLeaks, her emails, one other source, I forgot which one it was, and for Russian hacked. But she failed to see that the people just didn't want her. They were tired of the lies, tired of the corruption, and we just deserved that we think that she deserved to be in jail. Now, there was one interesting little thing that happened before the second debate, which was Donald Trump when it came down to the whole bus incident, which we all didn't care about. Only 0.1% of Donald Trump supporters actually start leaving. But everybody else, including me, just said like this, it's just locker room talk. Him apologizing for it was, well, that was just surprising, but because we didn't expect him to apologize. We didn't even think he wanted to apologize, and we didn't care if he did want to apologize. But he did it anyways. He's a good scratch that way. But the one thing is that during the second debate, Donald Trump brought in at least, I believe, 3 or 4 women that was affected by the Clintons. More than half of them was raped by Bill Clinton, and one of them was affected by Hillary Clinton when she was a lawyer. When she got her rapist off. And she did not even apologize to them. And my favorite line is when she said that she's glad that a person with Donald Trump's kind of temperament isn't in charge of law. And he said, just because you'll be in jail. And truth be told, we all want that to happen. We all want to see crooked Hillary go to jail. That's the one thing we do want. And now it seems that Obama is trying to get this narrative that Russia hacked, but the one thing is Donald Trump is saying to Vladimir Putin, not bad, he's like, just don't do anything. Just don't worry about it until the 20th, and when I be inaugurated, then you can just have a breath of relief. Because at that point, we can just take out ISIS and that's it. Then I guess people will be happy at that point, because this way ISIS won't be a big problem anymore, and most of the Muslim community can easily just go back, because I know they want to go back to where they once belonged. All they got to do is just rebuild. And the one thing is that Hillary Clinton wanted to bring a large majority of them here. But the thing is, we'll be just like Germany in an economic collapse, because we can't support that many people. We can't support that many Muslim refugees in this country. And the thing is, who's going to pay for them? We've been in economic collapse ourselves. Not only that, but they will start attacking us. And do you really think they will actually respect a female president when they treat women like garbage. See, they said that the only reason Donald Trump won is because of white supremacy. Now, if that was true, he wouldn't have won any state. Because there are 5 groups that he had to appeal to. There's the white, women, the black community, the gay and lesbian community, and the Latino community. Now, a large amount of those communities, he won. Some of them for Hillary, some of them for Trump. Now the thing is just that a large more of them wanted Trump because he said, and I quote, "I don't want the Muslim community to come over here and affect you guys because when it comes to the gay and lesbians, he knows that, well, for one thing, he knows that they don't see the gay and lesbian community as good people. He knows that the Muslim community will most likely kill them. That's what they do. When it comes to being gay or lesbian in a Muslim people's eyes, what they do is that you cannot be outside the closet. You have to be inside the closet. But the one thing is that a large amount of celebrities saying that they don't want Trump because of what the media said and what Hillary Clinton said, which she has no proof, nor do they have any proof of any of that. All they have is hearsay, which can easily be debunked, but they don't want to try to debunk it right now because they want to carry the narrative that Donald Trump is racist, sexist, homophobic, and xenophobic, which he is none of those things. But I can't say the same thing about Hillary, because there has been proof that Hillary Clinton has called black people as super predators. She's not for the feminist community because she pays females less than males. And that's the main reason she lost too, because she pandered to 3 groups that honestly nobody cared about. The feminist group, women don't care about. The Black Lives Matter, black people don't care about. And the social justice warrior, which no one cares about. She thought that she would actually get them, she will earn some brownie points. But the problem is that, well, that did not work out as well as she thought it would. So, yeah. Now, I think she's going to actually try to go for the mayor of New York, but I'm not very sure if that's going to happen. But it would be an interesting state for her to actually take over because she did win that state. But I don't know if she's going to go back into politics. But I would say, though, the Hillary Clintons have a lot of thinking to do. Because Hillary Clinton not only is a one-time loser, but she's a 2-time loser now. She lost to Obama, and now she lost to Donald Trump. It's very funny, though, because Barack Obama, I bet a large amount of people actually voted for Obama because he's black. That's mainly it. But they think that just because we had a black president, that we're going to automatically want a female president. Now, I'm not saying that I don't want a female president. Down the line, we should have one. I don't mind. But that's the main reason why a lot of people say that they didn't want to vote. They voted for Donald Trump. It's because they don't want a female president. And that couldn't be farther from the truth. Truth be told, I don't mind having a female president. And I believe that a large portion of Donald Trump supporters believe that we should have a female president one day. But Hillary Clinton just wasn't that kind of female that we wanted. Now, down the line, I would say around maybe 2024, we may get one. Because I know Donald Trump said that he's going to run again in 2020. So, I would say that, well, good luck to you. And let's see who you face against this time. Maybe it'll be a woman, maybe it'll be a man. I don't really know. But if you do make America great again, let's see how this works. Because he did say we have enough money to build a wall. Which I would say that would be a good thing. Cause that's the one thing that I kind of felt skeptic about that he may or may not be able to do. But if he does build the wall, that would be a good thing. That means a better border control. We can vet people and things like that. I mean, he's doing this to save us from tyranny. There's been way too many attacks by Muslim community and other people in different other countries. And the thing is that Obama really dropped the ball with that. And if we would have actually let Hillary Clinton win, then odds are we would have had the same thing we had with Obama. And this country would have been destroyed. And I don't want to actually say in 15 more years, saying that, yeah, we had our first female president. Too bad she was our last president. Because I actually have no confidence that she will actually survive, considering that her health was a big factor in this. and her credibility. Those are the main factors that I found to be very uncredible, because she deleted a tremendous amount of emails, and then she said that Russia hacked them. No. Truth be told, even if they did hack her, why do we care? I wouldn't blame the hackers. I would blame her for actually having an email address that she should not have had in the first place. She's not supposed to have it, but yet she did. And then when she was subpoenaed those, she deleted them. If this was any other middle class person, as soon as they would have hit that delete button, guess what would have happened? They would have been thrown in federal prison. But how come she isn't? That's the one thing. How come she wasn't thrown in federal prison? A lot of people saying that, well, he's not qualified to run for president. Actually, the only thing that qualifies you to run for president is that you're an American citizen. That is what qualifies you to become an American president. It doesn't matter if you actually been in politics for a long period of time. Because I'm going to tell you right now, Hillary Clinton may have been preparing for this moment for years on end, but it doesn't mean that she's qualified to be the president. All it means is that she's been working on a certain project which she failed not once, but twice. But when it comes to Donald Trump, I would say like this: good luck, because considering all the haters out there, they're never going to let you actually live it down. All they're going to do is keep on whining and complaining about something. You can even say something out of term, and I guarantee you they're going to try to make it into big news, and thinking that, oh, CNN or any other news outlet should actually say something about it. But when it comes to you actually doing something right, like what you did when it came to Louisiana, when it came to the flood, Barack Obama didn't come down there until the threat ended. Hillary Clinton didn't come out there at all, but you came out there to help. And you didn't do it just to get elected. You did it to help. And that's the one thing that makes it sad, because nobody's actually been talking about that situation. He's donated tremendous amount of things to other different charities, but yet the mainstream media doesn't say anything about that. They've just been trying to praise Hillary Clinton, saying that she's going to be the new president, and then when she lost, they was like, how come all our sources were wrong? Oh, I'll tell you why your sources were wrong: because you didn't listen to the American people. You listened to a bit of selected people that you probably planted there, so this way you could actually earn more brownie points and say that, well, Hillary Clinton is winning. Well, here's the thought: she wasn't winning. She was winning in a certain amount of states, which I believe that you can easily flip. But she just won in those states. That's it. She didn't even win that many states. Yes, she won the popular vote, mainly because the states that she won was heavily populated. Donald Trump won the states that was not really populated, was the small states. But it seems like a lot of people want to actually get rid of the Electoral College altogether. The Founding Fathers did this, so this way candidates wouldn't just go to certain states that has the most people in them, that they'll go to all states. They didn't want to make it easy for them, because guess what? That means that a lot of the people the small people, will be left out. That means that states that doesn't even have 10 electoral college votes will be left out. And that's not fair. They want to be included in this too. It is their country as well. Not just the social justice warriors, the feminists, and the Black Lives Matter country. Now, the only people I would say that I don't mind voting when it came to Hillary Clinton is the diehard Democrats. Those are the main people that are okay, because they accepted the Electoral College results. They accepted the way the election went. But when it came to the social justice warrior, the feminists, and the Black Lives Matter, no, they did not accept that Donald Trump was their new president. They kept saying, oh, we don't want a hateful person to be our president, and saying, love Trump hates. Even though I never understood that poster, honestly. I mean, love Trump hate. Love Trump hates. That made no sense. A lot of people wonder, what in the world did that mean? Even if it's a spelling error, like love period, it didn't say Trump hates, that would be understandable. But right now, when you say love Trump hates, it kind of seems like anything that Trump loves, you love that he hates this thing. That's what it kind of seems like. But I guess it depends on how you say it. But if they would say Hillary loves, Trump hates, that would have been an understandable kind of situation and a very understandable message. But when you said love Trump hates, that makes no sense. Because it kind of sounds like you're for Trump at that point, but you're actually for Hillary Clinton. And a lot of people didn't even vote for Hillary Clinton. Some of them voted for Jill Stein or someone else. They literally wrote in someone. I don't know who they wrote in. They probably written in her other opponent that she had, but that's besides the point. But anyways, I've been seeing a large amount of tweets saying that, well, we don't like Donald Trump. But there are selected people who said, well, we do like Donald Trump. Even though there was one time that they were going to ban Donald Trump from Twitter, and we all knew what would have happened at that point. Either Twitter would have went down, or people would have did really hard to actually unban him. But the thing is that since that the ban has stopped, they have nothing to worry about. And pretty much all these news outlets, they really need to stop with trying to actually make Donald Trump look like a monster. Because we already know fake news. We already know that the mainstream media is full of fake news. That's what we know, and that's what we can prove. They keep saying that, well, how come he didn't show his taxes? Well, his taxes only affect him. Hillary Clinton's emails affect everyone because that's part of national security. Mainly because Donald Trump, he wasn't really a politician at that time when all this stuff happened. That's why when it comes to his flaws, we can accept them because it affects his life. But when it comes to Hillary Clinton, that affects everyone. And when people say, well, he should actually talk about the things that he said when it came to the bus. That's the one thing. They said that he should talk about the things that he said on the bus by grabbing people by the pussies. And I'm like, how about this? You pretty much tell Hillary Clinton to put Bill Clinton on a leash. That's what she should do. Put him on a leash. This way, he won't rape other women. Truth be told, I'm surprised that they didn't get a divorce by now, considering that he's raped so many women. I'm not even sure how many the number. Considering that some of them was at the second debate, I'm guessing that there were more. That's what I'm guessing, but I have no evidence to prove that. But hopefully, the Clintons have a good life, and I'm hoping Donald Trump does good in running the country. Because, considering what he's doing now, I'm thinking that he's gonna be a pretty good president.